Hey everyone, Mark here. Welcome back to the Visually Stunning Movie Podcast. Thanks for listening. A big movie coming out on Disney Plus, November 12th. Um, can't believe I'm talking about this. I've never ranted in a movie review before, but I'm gonna have to rant in this one. Um, Home Sweet Home Alone. Now, this directed by Dan Mazer, written by Mikey and Streeter Seidell. Yes, this is the latest iteration of the Home Alone cinema. And it is not a reboot. It is, in fact, a sequel in the universe because this film, if you've seen the trailer for it, features an entity named McAllister Security. And yes, that would be the same McAllister from the original film starring Macaulay Culkin as Kevin McAllister, who actually owns McAllister Security. We never see him on camera, of course, because that would be too much. But what's not too much for this film is the fact that one of the McAllister Security patrol people that is patrolling the neighborhood in which this film takes place is, in fact, Buzz McAllister, Kevin's older brother. Um, there are so many things wrong with this film that it is hard to categorize them all or catalog them all. Let's just hit a couple. The premise of this film is that our couple, played by Ellie Kemper and Rob Delaney, are selling their house because they cannot afford to live there anymore because he lost his job and she's a teacher and she does not make enough money. So they're having to sell their house around Christmas. Um, and they find out that they own a doll from his grandmother that is apparently worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. So they say, oh my goodness, we can auction this off and sell it and pay off all our debts and everything will be great. But during the open house, young Max and his mother swing by, and they deduce that he, in fact, stole the doll because the husband, Rob Delaney, was being rude to him. So they need to go and steal it back. Now, the part of this film that's just like you remember is that young Max is played by Archie Yates, who you'll remember as Jojo Rabbit's best friend in Jojo Rabbit, is left home alone because his entire extended family, who was at the house running rampant, instead of being on one flight and having to get out, are last minute rebooked onto multiple flights. And he goes out to the garage for some peacetime, sleeps in the BMW watching videos in the back seat of the BMW, while the rest of the family goes to the hotel, and then he figures out he's by himself, and it's great until this couple come to his house thinking that it's empty to try to steal the doll back. So there's no real bad guys in this. There's no Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern, the wet bandits. It's this couple who've been victimized by the economy, just trying to get back what's theirs so that they can get the. And of course, the kid thinks that they're trying to kidnap him and human traffic him because they keep referring to the doll as the ugly little boy, when in fact it is an ugly little boy doll. He figures out that he can't, that Max can't go to the cops because then his parents will get in trouble for abandoning him over Christmas. So he can't have that. So of course he needs to defend his home, and Home Alone hijinks ensue. Now, the father, the husband of our thieving couple, is completely emasculated in this film. He has no backbone. He's a wishy-washy IT guy. He can't stand up for himself. Ellie Kemper is his wife. She has all of the grit in the relationship, but he's the one that says it's okay to rob the house until it's not okay, and then she steps forward and says, "No, we're doing this. This is who we are." Um, it the first half of the movie, these two get abused so hard, but not by Max, just through their own bumbling ineptitude trying to get to the house to try to rob it. And then the third quarter of the film is, of course, Max abusing them, trying to defend his house and himself against what he presumes is a pair of human traffickers. The way the film eventually plays out is glaringly obvious from the beginning. You know why things are missing. You know where they are. You know that everything is going to be the way it is. And then you get to the end and everything is just magically made okay. In this, it's just so mind-bogglingly bland and predictable and non-controversial. Like I said, there's no bad guys in this. It's just a fucking raging dumpster fire. I don't know who greenlit this, but they worked at 20th Century Fox, because this is a 20th Century Studios release by Disney, who rightfully do not want their name on it, but cannot just shelve it and never do anything with it because they paid for it. So they're going to slide it onto Disney Plus, where some people are going to watch it. This is not for the people that love the original Home Alone. There's nothing to endear it to kids today, because despite all of its callbacks to the original, kids won't watch or won't get it, and the parents won't appreciate it because it's just so ham-handedly terrible that they'll hate it. This is a terrible movie, and whoever greenlit this for 20th Century, I hope they lost their job in the merger, in the buyout, because yuck. Yeah, that's Home Sweet Home Alone. Should have been left alone and never touched ever again. Ever. Don't forget to like us. Follow us on social media at VS Movie Podcast. You know the drill. If you're on YouTube, click subscribe. We'd appreciate that. We've got more better movies coming, so watch for those reviews to come. Everyone, keep Ryan in your thoughts. He's flying to England and back. Let's hope he makes it in one piece. And until next time, take it easy, and we'll talk to you all later.